Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our second cat virtual adoption event. Thank you so much for joining us, our respectful fosters and our audience. Thank you. We all really appreciate you being here and giving our cats a chance to be adopted. Thank you, wonderful fosters, for taking the time, being present with us today, and introducing your wonderful animals. Without your efforts, we wouldn't be able to make it possible to save the lives of these cats and giving them loving homes until they find forever homes. So thank you so much, everyone. During this event, we will focus individually on each cat in its respective foster. We will be asking specific questions to the fosters, allowing them the opportunity to talk about their animal and provide the necessary information. For those of you who may be interested in adopting, please don't hesitate to drop any questions you may have in our live stream chat. And also, I would like to direct you to our website at citydogsrescuedc.org for any additional information that you may be looking for. Also, in the end of each cat presentation, individual links to the adoption page of that cat will be provided as well. So again, welcome everyone. And our first cat that I would like to introduce is Munchie and Chili with their foster, Corey. Welcome.
And hello. I just wanted to say hi, but now I'm going to turn you around because you're not here to see me. You're here to see kittens.
Yes. And,
and here are the girls.
Oh my gosh. So Munchie is a domestic short-haired female kitten who is 6 months old and weighs about 4 pounds. And Chili is also a domestic short-haired female kitten who is 6 months old and weighs also 4 pounds. Some of their personality traits include they're snugglers, they're quiet, shy, gentle, easygoing, curious, playful. And there are certain questions that I would love to ask Corey about their cats. So we're going to get started. Oh my gosh, they're absolutely adorable.
Munchie's having a really nice nap time here.
I could see that. So may I ask, what were Munchie and Chili like when they arrived? What did settling look for them like, and how are they now? Have they changed?
So I would say they came in very different. Munchie has been super confident from the day she arrived. She is really snuggly, as you can see. She loves to be around people. She loves other cats. She doesn't mind dogs. She just sort of ignores our dog. She's not really, she doesn't want to be friends with him, but also doesn't really care if he's around. And has just been confident from the very beginning. Chili, on the other hand, came in super shy. The rest of the litter was a little under socialized at the beginning and wasn't so sure that people were friends. They were scared of me. But as you can see, she has come so far in the time that she's been with me. And now she is just a little love bug. She loves to follow me around the house with her little tail waving just like that. She loves to snuggle next to me on the couch. She loves to look out windows, and she's gotten so much more confident now than she was when she first arrived here.
Oh my gosh, they do look very comfortable and right at ease where they are. What would you say your favorite thing about Munchie and Chili?
I think for Munchie, it's that she has such a big personality that she always keeps me laughing. She's always getting into something. She's always being silly. Sorry, they hear something at the door, so they're very focused on that right now. She's just a funny kitten who's always doing something funny, like carrying a toy around or, jumping into a box or other kinds of things like that, exploring. So I think that's really fun about her. I also just love how snuggly she is. She loves to be in my lap. And even in between playing, she loves to kind of come and check in. One of her newest tricks that I think is super cool is that Munchie plays fetch with toys, which is really fun, where she'll keep bringing it back to you for you to throw it again. Chili, I think my favorite thing about her is honestly just how far she's come and how loving she is now that she has realized that people are friends. And she's really quiet, kind of, not an in-your-face kind of kitten, not super, super high energy, but she just likes to be there with you and kind of be a little support buddy for you. So where she's not necessarily on top of you, but she's like right there next to you saying, I got you.
Oh my gosh, I can see that. And do they have favorite treats? And if they do, would they be willing to do something for them? What would they be willing to do for them?
Well, Munchie's favorite treat is anything and everything. This girl is aptly named. She loves to eat. Food is her very favorite thing in the world. So there's really no such thing as a bad treat for Munchie in particular. And she will do a lot for them. These girls actually love to do like food puzzle toys and things like that, you know, to kind of work their brains and give them something to have enrichment wise. And Munchie gets them super quickly. She's really smart. Chili's kind of more along for the ride on the food puzzles and to get what Munchie gets, but Munchie really like gets in there and goes for it. And Chili has a good time with them too. So that's something that they both really enjoy. Chili also kind of likes everything, but she's not quite the same level of food motivated as Miss Munchie over here.
Okay, so to get to know them a little bit better, for the fun question is, if Munchie and Chili had to get human jobs, what do you think each one of them would be good at?
Okay, so I've been thinking about this question because it's such a funny question. Munchie would definitely be in some kind of management role. I don't know what it would be, but she would be in charge because she's very much that like personality of like, I'm going to do this and it's going to be great and nothing's going to go wrong no matter what the thing is that she's trying to do. I'm trying to get like her face in here. So I think that would be Munchie. She'd definitely be some kind of manager. Chili, I think would either be, she would work in like recycling because her very favorite thing to play with is little scraps of paper she can find on the floor. Or she would be some kind of a like a bug or bird watcher because she also, as you can see, really likes to sit up there and just kind of observe nature out the window.
Yeah, I could see that. She's really enjoying kind of looking outside and people watching, probably. And if someone asked Munchie and Chili, what is their perfect home would be? What do you think they would say? Or also, what would you say their perfect home would be?
So for Chili, since that's who we're looking at right now, I would say her perfect home would be with humans that are a little bit patient. She is obviously much more confident now than she used to be, but she still takes a little bit of warm up time to new people and new situations. So just someone who's willing to give her a little time, a little patience to get used to it. Hi, girly, I can't keep you in the camera. Would be great. And then she also needs a friendly kitty buddy, basically for confidence. So when she's got either her sister or one of our cats around with new situations, she's a lot more confident and able to handle that quicker because she's got someone to kind of look to for what their reaction is and is like, oh, this thing isn't scary because you're not scared. So she definitely needs a little buddy. So probably a quieter household with some patient humans and a gentle kitty friend would be her ideal home. And Munchie down here, her ideal home would definitely also have a kitty buddy because she is very energetic and loves to snuggle. She loves to wrestle. These girls play tag at like full tilt across the house frequently. So Munchie definitely needs a buddy to help get some of her energy out. And then just anybody who really wants like a lap kitten is really who would love to be with Munchie and who she would love, because she really just loves to be in your lap and kind of hanging out with you and making some biscuits on a cozy blanket. Those are kind of her go-tos when she's not playing and running around with a friend.
I can see that she's totally chill right now, being perfectly comfortable with your leg over there. So I guess the last question for me would be, what would, is there anything that I haven't asked that you would think is important piece of information for the potential adopters to know about these two beautiful cats?
No, I mean, I think the biggest thing I would say is that these girls are amazing. They're very different, personality wise, but super, super sweet. And, you know, I think a lot of times people sort of look past, you know, black cats and black kittens, but, you know, I would encourage people to look at how beautiful this little girl is with her little green eyes and her face. Yeah, you're so pretty. And consider if, you know, their personalities seem like the right fit for your home.
Corey, thank you so much. So for those of you who may be interested in learning more about Munchie and Chili and how to adopt them, the links are bit.ly/adoptmunchie. That's ADOPTMUNCHIE. That's for Munchie. And for Chili, it would be bit.ly/adopt Chili, ADOPTCHILI. These are their individual adoption pages. Thank you so much, Corey. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you.
Thank you. And we're going to move on to our next cat, which is Tigger with his foster Kate.
Yes, hello, 1 second. Let me just set up the stream here too.
Wow, thank you, Kate.
Okay, I think we're good. So this is Tigger. He is about 3 years old and he's a perfect boy.
He is. He looks beautiful, especially in that light. My gosh, on that bed, what a beautiful cat. Welcome. Thank you, Kate, for bringing Tigger to this event. And thank you for introducing him. Yes, just like Kate said, Tigger is a 3-year-old male who weighs about 15 pounds. Some of his traits include affectionate, gentle, he's a snuggler, he's friendly, he's easygoing, curious, playful, energetic, and a lot more. So we have some questions for both of you. Tigger, you're absolutely beautiful. And a couple of questions that we would like to ask is, so Kate, now that Tigger has been with you for a little while, can you describe what a typical day in his life looks like?
Yeah, so my favorite moments with Tigger are in the mornings because he wakes up between like 6 and 9 a.m., basically whenever I wake up. And then he comes over immediately for snuggles. He is such a snuggler. And like, if I try and like look at my phone or anything, he's like, nope, we're going to start the day right. You're going to pet me and we're going to have a mindful moment and it's going to be perfect. So if I don't snuggle him enough, he'll like put his little face on my arm. And we'll do that for about 30 minutes every morning, giving himself a little bath here. From there, he likes to follow me around. So like when I go to brush my teeth, he's right there in the bathroom with me. If I go down to the kitchen to make breakfast, he's right there too. And then I sort of work at my desk. Tigger is very helpful in that he likes to send emails. So if I'm not feeling the emails, he'll walk across my screen and do it for me. But if after like a few minutes of me not being able to pet him, he'll get that message pretty quickly and just sort of nap on my desk. And then he'll follow me around for the rest of the day, sort of pretty much doing that. Napping on my desk, playing with himself. He loves to explore my house and try and find my housemates for pets. And then sort of at night, we repeat the morning cuddles routine. As soon as he knows that it's bedtime, as soon as I turn off the light, he races to the bed to cuddle with me. And we snuggle. And then after I fall asleep, he sort of repositions himself to be touching me, but not on top of me. He likes his space at night too.
Well, it sounds like he has his routine figured out with you. That is a busy day for Tigger. And may I ask you, Kate, what was Tigger like when he arrived? What did settling in look like for him? And has he changed?
Yeah, so if you asked me like, what's one word I would use to describe Tigger, the main word is adjusted. Like usually when I foster cats, they take some time to get comfortable. They'll hide for a little bit, but not Tigger. Tigger came out of his carrier. He walked in. He was like, this is my space now. He sniffed around. He found his fish, which is his best friend now. And then he asked for pets, and he cuddled with me a few hours later, and that was that. He was right at home pretty immediately. Tigger, so a little bit about Tigger's story. Tigger was found on a military base in North Carolina about a year ago with his nail growing into his paw pad, poor guy. But from there, he was fostered for quite a while by a woman who like clearly loved him so much and turned him into the loving, affectionate cat he is. So that definitely made transition earlier. Oh, he wants to play. That definitely made his transition easier. And since then, he's maybe gotten a little bit more cuddly, but pretty much stayed the same perfect boy he was when he came.
Wow, and I could see it. My next question was going to be, does Tigger like to play? Because I saw that fish next to him, which looks pretty realistic. So one thing that I do have to say, if you're interested in adopting Tigger, you have to adopt him with the fish. That fish comes with him.
Oh, 100%. Tigger loves to play primarily with his fish. I didn't really believe in love at first sight until Tigger walked right out of his carrier and found his fish. He sniffed it for a second, started rubbing his face on it, and that was that. They were best friends. I honestly consider them a bonded pair at this point. And so, yes, Tigger will be going to his forever home with his best friend, his fish. But he also loves a laser pointer. He loves a wand toy. He's a playful guy.
And I could see he's enjoying the camera attention right now. And Kate, may I ask, what do you think the ideal home for Tigger would look like?
Yeah, so Tigger has something called FELV. It's pretty common around stray cats. It's a virus. He probably doesn't even know he has it. He has no symptoms and he'll live a very long, happy life. But it could spread to other cats. So he's looking to be the only cat in your house or to be in a home with other FELV positive kitties. He has met a couple dogs for like 10 minutes. And while he was not necessarily thrilled that they were in his space, I really think he could, with the proper introduction, have a nice dog buddy. But he loves people. He would really do well in any space, apartment, like townhouse, house, whatever. He's just looking for someone to cuddle with.
And wow, that is very important. Thank you so much for saying that. And in an attempt to get to know Tigger a little better, here is a fun question for you. If the Tigger took a DNA test and it turned out that he's only 90% cat, what other animal do you think would the other 10% be?
To be honest, probably a dog. This man loves people. He runs right up to people. He has no stranger danger. He doesn't hide or like act like nervous like a typical cat would. Anytime I let him roam the house freely, he runs to find my housemates so that they will pet him too. He's just a brave, fun, little playful, outgoing guy. I really think he would like being let out, being harness trained and taken on walks. So yeah, I think a dog.
Okay, thank you so much. And the last question, which is, do you think anything is important to know for the potential adopters that I haven't asked?
I think we got most of it. The one thing I'll say is he's a big cat. He's 15 pounds. And so if you're looking for a big chunky boy to love, Tigger's your guy.
Okay, so I think Tigger enjoyed the spotlight. And for anyone that may be interested in adopting Tigger, the adoption page for Tigger would be bit.ly/adopt Tigger, ADOPTTIGGER. Thank you so much, Kate, for bringing Tigger. And we're going to move on to our next guest, which is June and her foster, Erica.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So this is June.
Welcome, June.
Yeah, say hi.
And welcome, Erica. So June is a 10-month-old female. She's Russian blue, who weighs about 6 pounds. And some of her personality traits include she's quiet, shy, and seems very, very sweet. Welcome, and thank you so much for bringing June around to hopefully, help her find her forever home. And Erica, if I may ask a few questions about June. So how was June when she first arrived? What did the settling process look like for her?
So at the beginning, she was very, very shy. I think the issue was she had ear mittens or ear mittens. I don't know how to pronounce well, but that was treated. And also she was spayed, so she had the stitches. I feel that since she was not feeling 100%, that's why it contributed for her to be shy. But now, like, she's gaining confidence, she's playful. Like if I hug her and put on my lap during work, she will stay with me. She loves to lick my hand. So she's ready to go for a forever home.
Well, that is wonderful to know. And what is your favorite thing about June?
She's a beautiful cat. She's very smart. See hi. Yeah,
I can see that. Yes.
Yeah.
It's got a beautiful green eyes. She's
exactly. And the whiskers have a very unique color. Kind of, I think it's from the Russian blue think, right? It's kind of gray. It's beautiful. She's beautiful.
I can see that. And may I ask, what does a day in June's life look like?
So she's living in my basement. Oops, come here. And there is a window so she can watch the birds and the squirrels. So this, and she takes some bath during the morning. She likes to nap. She loves food, and she always participates in my meetings during the day.
So she enjoys working as well.
Yes, she's a hard worker. So that's why I pay like her salary in food.
And if you would have to describe an ideal home for June, what would it look like?
I would say that it's better a home that with a couple or one person without kids, or if they have kids, that older kids, not toddlers, because she can get scared. I invite some neighbors to do a play date, and they made so much noise, and she was kind of scared. Probably if she's better trained, she will adapt. But from that experience, I can say she was kind of scared. So I would say that a place that is more quiet, that she can only receive attention and love. I would say that would be an ideal place for her.
Okay, thank you so much for that. That is a very important piece of information. And to get to know June a little bit better as well, I'm going to ask the same fun question that I asked Kate before, which is if she would take a DNA test and turned out to be 90% cat, what other animal do you think the other 10% would be?
I was thinking about that. I would say a bear, because bears like to eat and sleep.
I see.
She's a good eater. Like when you were reading her profile, like she has, I don't remember by heart, you said 6 pounds. Maybe she gained some weight because she loves to eat.
Oh my gosh. So hopefully she wouldn't go into a winter slumber like bears do.
Yeah.
So,
Hopefully, yeah.
but she looks absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for bringing her. Is there anything else that you think is important for adopters, potential adopters to know that I haven't asked you?
June was brought to DC with her buddy, Johnny. So, but you know, these famous couples, they split right now. So now she's single. She can be a single cat, or she can be with a buddy. That piece of information I think is important, because if the adopter has a cat, if you do the proper introduction, she's going to be fine, or she will be happy as well as a single cat.
Okay, thank you. So she would be fine either or, with a pair or by herself. That is very
exactly.
Erica, thank you so much. She's absolutely a beautiful cat. Thank you for giving her this loving environment to help save her life. And for anyone who may be interested in adopting June, the link would be bit.ly/Adoptable June, ADOPTABLEJUNE. Thank you so much, Erica, for joining us today. And
my pleasure.
Thank you, June. And the next one up, we have Ruby and Sapphire with their foster Abigail. Welcome, Ruby,
Hello.
and welcome, Abigail.
Turning
And-
around the camera.
So both Ruby and Sapphire are each 6-month-old, gray-white, domestic short-haired females, each weighing about 6-7 pounds. And they both have very sweet and friendly personalities. So welcome, all of you. Thank you so much, Abigail, for bringing these beautiful cats with us today and for giving them a loving home. Really appreciate that. And have a few questions for you. May I ask, what does a typical day in their lives look like?
Yeah. So right here is Ruby, and behind her is Sapphire. And they're both very snuggly, very affectionate girls. Right now they're very playful, so they really don't want snuggles. But I would say when we wake up, oh, now they're gonna tussle. They love to play with each other.
I can see that. Wow.
Nicely. They don't ever have their claws out, so they will tussle and then they'll sleep together. But yes, when they wake up, they love to come to me to snuggle. Ruby especially will come up just for like major pets, and she'll kind of like sit down on me and make biscuits all over. And Sapphire, the one who's on top with the little mustache, she loves nothing more than to come and snuggle. And then like if I usually work from home, and as I'm working from home, they'll either chill or kind of play with each other. And we'll take a break to play with a laser pointer or with this right here, which they love as well. And they have a couple special mice toys, especially Sapphire has a little mouse toy that she loves to parade around, and will bring it up and sleep next to me at night. And at night, they will curl up right next to me and go right to sleep, either at my feet or right next to me. And they usually bring a toy to bed with them.
And it looks like they mostly hang out together.
They do. They love to hang out together, and they would do great with a home with other cats. But they also like to play alone. Sapphire, when we're playing like with toys, will sometimes overshine Ruby, who's a little bit more shy, I'd say, when it comes to playing. So she definitely lets Sapphire take the reins, and she'll just come up a little bit herself too.
Okay, and how did their settling period look like? How did the adjustment to your house look like?
Yeah, Ruby was a little bit more shy when she first came to me. She was definitely a bit unsure. She hid a little, but honestly, within about 3 days, she was quite confident coming right over to me for pets. And even though she was very scared, it was clear from day one that all she wanted was pets. And she'd kind of sit on the fringe and look at me. And if I came towards her, she'd run. But if I just sat there, she like would slowly make her way over. And from day one, Sapphire right here was obsessed with me, really wanting to cuddle into my shoulder. Very, very, very sweet and snuggly. And really just like a big cuddly cat, even from the very first moment I got her. Even when she was a little bit nervous, all she wanted was snuggles.
So even though they are doing very well together, they each have their own specific personality traits, which leads me to the question: if you would have to choose 3 main adjectives to describe Ruby's and Sapphire's personalities, what would they be and why? And if you have like an anecdote or a story that you may be willing to share with us about them.
Yeah, so Sapphire, who is right here, is, I would say she is snuggly, affectionate, and curious. She loves nothing more than to snuggle into my shoulder and literally just like keep snuggling. But she also loves to look outside and honestly break into any possible thing she can in my house. She's very curious and a little bit mischievous. But overall, she just loves to be affectionate. I'll be working at my computer desk right here, and in the middle of a call, she'll jump onto my shoulder for snuggles or to sit in my lap. And then Sapphire, I would say, is sweet, a little bit shy, and then also curious. Sapphire loves to look out my windows at anything going on outside. And she also loves to come up for snuggles and pets, but I would say Ruby, they are very one and the same at sometimes. Ruby loves snuggles and
to get pets and to look outside. Sapphire loves to be in my arms. Ruby does not like to be picked up, but loves to snuggle with me and like be pet, while Sapphire wants to be picked up and snuggled at all times. Sorry, that's a little bit confusing. But
No, that's okay. It's very easy to mix them up. They are one and the same, like you said.
Sapphire right here wants to snuggle in my arms and sit with me during meetings, while Ruby wants to come sleep with me at night and be pet, but she does not want to be picked up. So Ruby does not want to be picked up yet, but she loves to be with people and loves to watch her people and loves to look outside. Sapphire wants to snuggle with you.
So what would you say an ideal home for them would look like?
Yeah, I'd say definitely for Ruby, a home that has people willing to give her love, but maybe not any little kids, because she gets a little bit frightened when people walk at her, like just like walk towards her very quickly. And I'd say, you know, little kids might not know how to be, you know, more gentle, while Sapphire loves nothing more than people and to come up to all people.
Wow, thank you so much. That is very important. And question for you is, there is anything else that I haven't asked you? I haven't asked the question about how do they like to play, because that is obvious. I can see that, how they enjoy playing. And is there anything else that I haven't asked that you think is important for potential adopters to know?
Yes, I would say both of them would do well with another cat, obviously, as they love to play with each other. But also I'd say they both have a little bit of a mischievous streak. They will open drawers in my house and they love to look outside. So you just kind of have to be careful that you have to be careful with your stuff, because they love to explore and are very curious. And also they very much love their laser pointers.
I can see that. Thank you so much for bringing them here, and hopefully they'll be able to find their forever homes. Thank you for giving them a loving home, for your time. And for those of you that may be interested in adopting, that would be, the website would be bit.ly/adoptable sapphire, ADOPTABLESAPPHIRE. And for Ruby, it would be bit.ly/ADOPTRUBY. Thank you so much, Abigail, for bringing them.
Yes, of course.
And we're going to move on to our next guest, which is Ayo and her foster, Rosa.
Hello.
Hi, Rosa. We can see you. Welcome.
There we go. Can you see Ayo?
Yes.
I was being a little shy today, but
That's okay. Ayo is a 12-year-old domestic short-haired black and white male who weighs 22 pounds. And his personality traits include easygoing, adventurous, and he has a curious personality. So welcome. Thank you so much. I could see he's being a little shy, and he's so beautiful. So let me ask you, what makes Ayo so special?
Ayo is, I feel, a gentle soul. He's a little anxious around loud noises, but once he gets used to you, gets used to your house, he's just the sweetest little thing. By little, I mean he's 15 to 17 pounds, but I mean he's very sweet. He will sit between my husband and myself, and just sit in between so we can pet him at the same time. He loves his pets in the head, just like this.
I could see he feels very comfortable there. So how long have you been fostering Ayo, and how was he when he first arrived to your household?
So I fostered him initially for a month and a half, and then he was at a temporary foster for about 4 weeks, and we just recently got him back a week ago. And the initial time that he came to us, he was very anxious and very shy. It took about a week and a half for him to actually get used to us and not hide away completely. He's a nocturnal cat. So, but after that, he was out and about and got used to us pretty quickly. When he went to his temporary foster, after 3 days, he was good to go. Cuddling with his temporary fosters. They had a dog which he got along very well. Though when the dog was loud, he would hide away, but he's being really sweet. And then when he came back to us, he actually got used to our house extremely quickly. After maybe a couple hours with us, he was like, "Oh, I know this place. I'm back where I was." And he started cuddling and coming out and just being very sweet.
So he came back into his comfort zone, and even though
Yes.
he be a little bit shy, it looks like he adjusts pretty quickly to
Mm-hmm.
the environment, which is incredible, actually. Now, does he have a favorite treat? And if he does, what is he willing to do for it?
So he does not have a favorite treat. He likes eating. At first, the first time he came to our house, he wasn't eating very much. But as he got used to the location, he started eating a lot, or what he needed to. He is borderline diabetic. But it's managed by his food and just his food. And I think he's not technically diabetic, but he doesn't get any treats because the doctor told me not to give him treats. But he is now fully aware when his breakfast and when his dinner is, and which he's like, he will let us know when it's time.
Okay, so he has his routine
Yeah.
as well. And let me ask you this. If you would ask Io what his ideal home would look like, what do you think he would say?
A quiet home with lots of hidey spots that he can watch you from.
Okay, so definitely not a noisy environment.
No, definitely not a noisy environment. I think the reason he's being very shy is because someone came to the door, but was really loud about it. So
do you think he would do better than a single cat, or does he get along with other animals?
So when he went to his temporary foster, he was with another dog, and from my understanding, he was fine with the dog as long as the dog was not too loud. If he barked, then he would hide away.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So he's a more of a I will go out and hide instead of confrontation type of deal. So he's more of a I will be over there in that corner away from any conflict.
I see. So he would get along with an animal with a pretty much same temperament that he has.
Exactly.
Okay. And so is there anything else that you think is important for potential adopters to know that I haven't asked you or we haven't mentioned?
I think, well, he started to play a lot more. Then he likes his laser, and he likes his little bird toy on a stick. So he loves to sleep with you. So at night, I think he does better when someone allows him to sleep with him, because he likes to cuddle at night and he likes to curl up and just be next to you. And it's really good in the winter because he provides a nice source of heat. He has his little crate, and that's his safe place. So he will go to his crate whenever he wants to nap, or whenever he just feels overwhelmed, he'll go there. If he has that, then he's perfectly happy and he's out and about. He's more nocturnal. Nocturnal being that once 6 o'clock hits, he's gonna be exploring and looking around and seeing what you're doing, and he'll follow you from one place to the other. Very sweet. But he's also stays in certain areas. He won't go too far in the house if the house is big enough. So,
Rosa, thank you so much. Io, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for taking your time. And for those of you that may be interested in adopting Io, the website would be bit.ly/adoptio, ADOPTIO. Thank you so much for being here today. And we're gonna go to our next guest, which is Mia with her foster Kathy. Welcome, Mia, and welcome.
Hi,
Kathy.
how are you?
Welcome. And Kathy, I'm so sorry. Mia is a 10-month-old domestic short-hair brown tabby female weighing around 4 pounds. And her personality traits include easygoing, adventurous, curious, and affectionate. Welcome. And I could see, there you go. I could see Mia very well. Thank you so much. So a couple of questions for you, Kathy. What was Mia's behavior like when she first arrived at your home? And how did she settle in?
She settled in very quickly. She came from a hoarding situation in New Jersey, so she was very used to other cats. So she was paired up with another kitten that came from that same house. So they got along great, and she had a little bit of an upper respiratory infection. And then once she got healed from that, I allowed her to meet the other cats in my house. And she's never met a cat she doesn't like.
I can see she has a very playful personality.
She's all kitten, yes. So she's got 2 modes, play and sleep.
My goodness. And what does Mia's typical day look like?
Because she has 2 modes, play and sleep, and they're not necessarily aligned with my sleep schedule, she does stay in the foster room at night. I definitely hear her playing in the middle of the night. She get up, as soon as I get up, I let her out. She will get breakfast, and then usually I'll keep her back in the foster room until the middle of the afternoon, just to make sure that my resident cats can get a little bit of their daytime naps. When I've let her out during the day, she's definitely wanted to be on the video camera on Zoom. She wants to play or climb on your shoulder or something like that. So.
And does she have a favorite toy that she likes to play with?
Yeah, this wand toy is a big popular one. Ping pong balls are also very popular. And these different ball and track toys as well. So kind of anything that moves that she can pounce on is kind of the rule.
So she likes to keep active, and the toys keep her active, that's for sure.
Yeah. All kittens, but she is crazy active.
So do you think Mia would do better in a household with other cats or in a home where she would be a solo cat?
She needs to be in a house with other cats. Humans do not have the energy level to keep up with this. And she's still a little bit of a kitten, and so she's still a little bit scratchy, bitey. So the best one to teach her that that's not appropriate cat behavior is another cat. So I definitely think she needs a young, active playmate, though. Probably someone, under the age of about 3 who can keep up with her energy level. I have a 10-year-old cat here as well, and sometimes she annoys him. She would probably be okay with a playful dog or cat. She hasn't met a dog, but she's so confident. I think she'd be fine with a house with a dog.
So,
but again, needs to be up with this.
I see. Yeah, the energy level is high. She is very playful. And so for a fun question to get to know her a little bit better, if you would compare Mia to a celebrity, who would it be in terms of temperament, personality?
Yeah, this was actually a really hard one. But I picked Rose Iver. I don't know if everybody knows who she is. So she's the spunky New Zealand actress who played the lead in iZombie. And now she plays Sam in the CBS comedy Ghosts. And the reason I picked Rose was because she's high energy, but also very fun, and a little bit chill, although Mia's probably not that much chill, but just always makes you laugh. And when you're in your house, you're always laughing.
I can see that. Is there any funny stories that you may want to share with us? How she makes you laugh?
Well, one funny story. So again, I mentioned that we're in a bathroom, and about 2 weeks ago, I have like the faucet that you can like adjust the knobbies like that. They managed to turn the faucet on and plug the sink. So there was a little bit of water in the bathroom, and they were just having a grand old time. So all you can, was my fault for leaving the water on.
My goodness. And is there anything else, Kathy, that you think is important for a potential
She in your room?
I think she'd be fine in a household with children, as long as the parents understand that they need to always make sure to play with the kitten with a toy between them, not to use your fingers to play with her, and that she's still learning the boundaries of scratching and biting, and they might get scratched, but it's not deliberate. It's just because your hand gets in the way of a play toy. So
thank you so much, Kathy. We really appreciate your time. Thank you for fostering Mia and for bringing her along. And for those who may be interested in adopting Mia, the page would be bit.ly/adoptable Mia, ADOPTABLEMIA. Thank you so much for being with us today and for providing a loving home to this beautiful kitten.
thank you.
And we're going to move on to our next guest, which is Wrangler with his foster Haley. Welcome. Welcome, Wrangler and Haley. And Wrangler is a 3-year-old domestic short-haired male who weighs about 13 pounds, and his personality traits include sweetness and friendliness.
Yeah, so this is Wrangler.
Welcome, Wrangler. Thank you so much for bringing him today. He looks so relaxed right now.
He is zonked.
I see.
Oh, there he is.
So he's zonked. So that leads to the next question, which is to the first question, which is how did Wrangler settle in at your home, and what does a typical day look like for him?
I think he knows he's on display because he's been on my lap the entire Zoom event so far, just climbed off. So he settled in super, super well. The day he got here, I, had him in the bathroom. He came right out of the crate, right onto my lap, was nudging my hands with his head if I stopped petting him for even a moment. And since then, his routine has pretty much mostly consisted of snuggling. He tends to stay like within a foot of me at all times, unless he is up on the windowsill or doing some playtime by himself. But if I sit down on the couch, he wants to be right there. He hasn't been sleeping with me because I was a little bit allergic to him at first, but he usually starts his day at around 6 a.m., kind of meowing outside the door. And then I might let him into my room or might come out here and snuggle with him a little bit. And then he just wants love throughout the day.
And does he have a favorite treat, and what is he willing to do for it?
Yeah, so he likes the catnip flavored greenies as well. And the other treat I've given him was I was making some mashed potatoes the other day, and I noticed he was very, very interested. So I gave him a little morsel of just cooked potato with nothing on it. And his eyes kind of lit up. And since then, whenever I've been eating the mashed potatoes I've made, he's usually really good about not jumping on the table. But if there's like hot mashed potatoes, he will be up on the table trying to get close to them. And he'll do anything for the treat, but he'll do anything anyway because he's so easygoing and relaxed. So the potatoes were kind of the final straw that was able to convince him to let me handle his feet to clip his toenails. So
does he have a favorite activity?
He does. So I live in a basement apartment. And so my windows, you can see right there, are right up out to like a garden. And he really loves to sit on the windowsill and watch the little birds and squirrels hopping around in the garden. Especially if I crack open the window and he can get some fresh air. He likes to sit up there. But other than that, he likes to cuddle. He has a lot of play energy for his age as well. So that too, but I think mostly he's just a snuggler.
My goodness. And what do you think an ideal home for Wrangler would be like?
Yeah, so it's hard to say because I live by myself and I don't have any pets of my own. Sorry, I'm gonna try and get a better angle on him. I don't have any other animals here. So I haven't been able to see him around other animals, but I have seen him around other people, and he loves everybody. He will go climb into anybody's lap. I
I can't imagine that he wouldn't get along with other cats. I could totally see him being like playful with them. I think the amount of snuggling and love and affection he wants, if there were another pet around to kind of help give that to him, I think that would be great. Because sometimes I feel like the amount of love and affection he's asking for, I feel bad that there's nobody else around to give it to him. I can't say about kids though. I have no idea. He definitely has some like big boy tomcat energy in just a few things. If there's something there's very few things he doesn't like, but if there is something he doesn't like, he'll make it pretty clear. So I think as long as kids are willing to like understand his boundaries, few though they may be, then I can't imagine that would be an issue. But I think the most important thing is if he is not in a house with other pets, I think he should be with somebody who works from home. He gets kind of lonely.
Thank you for that. That is very important. And for a fun question, if Wrangler would have to get a human job, what do you think he would be good at?
Yeah, so I thought about this, and I have decided that Wrangler would make an excellent private investigator. So he's not a big explorer. He likes to take in his surroundings, but he's not trying to, bite and jump on everything. But if he wants to be near you, he will make it happen. So he's great at drawing out his suspects. If I go into my room for half an hour and close the door, and don't let him in there, when I come out, he will be sitting right outside the door. He's not on the other side of the room and then like runs across when he hears me coming. He waits right outside the whole time, like right up against the door. He also has a really special trick that I would definitely want somebody adopting him to know about, which is Wrangler has learned, this is a skill he came to me with, I'm assuming, but he knows that if he makes a retching sound, you will come running. And so there have been a few times where I heard him retching and assumed he was about to throw up and kind of came right up to him, and he immediately stopped and started purring when I got there.
I see. So he knows how to get your attention when he needs
Yes,
to.
so he's pretty smart.
I could see it, and I could see he has a surveillance skill going on while there.
Yes.
Also, wow, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you think a potential adopter should know that I have not asked?
Yes, two things. One, or actually three things. One is that he has one pink bean that's really, really cute. Two is that he is still recovering from a slight tail infection he had. Hello. And I've been washing it with special shampoo every day, and he lost some of the hair on his tail, but it's starting to grow back, and he's doing great with that. And the third is that we're still working on teaching him to bury his poop. So if that's something that you don't feel like you can help him with, I think having another cat around could maybe help teach him that. But it doesn't seem to be like a skill he's learned. And I usually just go in and cover it up for him. So just knowing that that may be a thing to deal with. But he's perfectly great at getting in the litter box. I know some cats just don't bury.
Thank you so much, Haley. Those are also such important things. Thank you so much for sharing and for bringing Wrangler today to hopefully help him find his forever home. And for those of you who may be interested in adopting Wrangler, the page you would go to would be bit.ly/adopt Wrangler, ADOPT WRANGLER. Thank you so much, Haley, for coming today, for your time, and for fostering this beautiful, beautiful cat.
Goodbye,
Wrangler. And we're going to move on to our next guest, which is Koshka, with her foster, Elizabeth. And hi, welcome. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hey.
Thank you so much for bringing Koshka. And Koshka is a 3-year-old domestic short-haired female. And I am not sure of her exact weight. So some of her personality traits are independent, curious, and smart. And I could see this beautiful cat. Wow. Thank you for your time. Thank you for fostering this cat and for giving her a beautiful, loving home until she finds a forever home. And just a couple of questions for you. I could see she's playing with that ball. And what was Koshka like when she arrived? And what did the settling look like for her? The adjustment.
So we've had Koshka for quite a while. She came back to us from her original adopter with some behavioral issues that we had to work through. So initially she was much more independent. And then she's like kind of slowly over the last year that we've had her has opened up. She's a bit more cuddly, more friendly, seeks out much more affection.
I can see it. Wow. She's absolutely beautiful. And may I ask, what do you think? Would Koshka be better suited in a household where she would be the only cat or where other cats are present, and why?
So she does play a little rough with other cats, we've figured out. So she would probably be best in a home with an only pet.
Okay. And can you describe us a typical day, Koshka's typical day? What does it look like?
Yeah. So my roommate and I both work from home. So we wake up probably around like 6 or 7. And then she gets fed shortly after that around 8. And then she spends the next couple hours sitting in my windowsill, meowing and chattering at the birds. And then she'll settle down in a spot of sunshine and go to sleep for most of the rest of the day. She'll get up and like move spots a couple times, but most of the time she curls up and goes to sleep. And then around 6 or so, she starts looking for dinner. And then she's pretty quiet the rest of the night.
And if you would ask Koshka about her ideal home, what would it look like? What do you think she would say? What type of home would she like?
She'd definitely like to have her own person that knows her routine, feeds her on time, all of that. Definitely around for some snuggles, but also like totally fine to leave her alone when she wants to be left alone.
I see. And if you would compare, that's for a fun question to help us get to know her a little bit better. How does she like to play? I can see she likes this. She likes this toy. And if you would compare her to a celebrity, who would it be in terms of temperament, personality?
So this one was a tough one. I'll echo, I think whoever had mentioned that before. But I think probably I'm going to go with Britney Spears, just because she had a bit of a rough start and she's definitely a drama queen. But she's got her life together now and she's on track to be doing pretty well.
I see. Thank you so much. And is there anything else that is important for a potential adopter to know about Koshka that I haven't asked you or haven't mentioned?
So one fun thing about Koshka is she is clicker trained. So she knows target with like this wooden spoon. So she'll go up and touch her nose to it. And then she also sort of knows sit. So she's got a couple of tricks underneath her belt.
Oh, that is really, really cool. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Those are all very important things for potential adopter to know. And thank you for bringing Koshka today and providing a loving home for her while she finds a forever home. And if anybody is interested in adopting Koshka, your website to go to would be bit.ly/adopt Koshka, ADOPTKOSHKA. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for being with us today. And we are going to go to our next guest, which is Kevin and his foster, Sarah.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Sarah.
Here is Kevin, and then this is my roommate.
Hi, Kevin. Hi. It's nice to meet both of you. Thank you so much for being with us today and for bringing Kevin to this event. Kevin is a 7-month-old male orange and white, domestic short hair. And so a couple of questions for you. Sarah, if you would use 3 adjectives to describe Kevin, what would they be and why?
Yeah, it may not look like it right now. Kevin is definitely very high energy, loves to play. I would also say that so first is energetic, high energy. Second is very curious. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He's very curious. And then the third is like a little devious. He likes to go places where he should not be. But yeah, we're working on that. So those are my 4-ish adjectives.
And what does a day in his life typically look like?
So Kevin's day starts, well, first he'll greet me and my roommate by meowing at our doors to wake us up in the morning. We'll usually spend some time in the morning giving him some cuddles and playing with like his toys. And then we'll feed him breakfast. And usually my roommate and I will have to like go into the office, or one of us will be working from home. So we'll like let him play with some of his interactive toys. And then that's usually when he's napping in the afternoon. Kevin is a bit more nocturnal, at night. He gets very, very active and playful. So that is another time where we give him a bit more attention. And then we'll feed him dinner and head to bed. Yeah.
And I can see that fish is very popular among cats. It seems to be the toy that he likes as well.
Yeah.
So how was he when he arrived? How did the settling in look like for him?
Kevin was very, very eager to get to know our space. It actually kind of shocked me. This is like my first time fostering. So when we had him in the bathroom, he was very curious. And then about like an hour in, he wanted to leave the bathroom, and was like very excited to meet myself and my roommate, and let us know that he wanted to be cuddled with. So yeah, he's adjusted very well. He is still like very curious and like gets to know different parts of our pretty small apartment. But yeah, I think he's adjusted very well so far.
Thank you for that. And what do you think an ideal home would look like for him? Would he be better as a solo cat with other cats?
I think Kevin would do best, I think Kevin would really like a larger home. Me and my roommate do live in a pretty small apartment. And I think he likes to run around and roam. I think he would really enjoy like a family home. He loves attention and being around people. So potentially a home with like younger kids. We have not seen Kevin interact with other cats yet, so I can't say much about that, but I think he would definitely do well in a home that has a lot of people to like play with him and to give him attention, because he's a little younger and he enjoys exploring, and
thing.
he's always moving. So
See that. And from what you got to know about him, if he would have to get a human job, what do you think he'd be good at?
Ooh, okay, so my answer to this is I think Kevin would be a really good like security guard. He is like, always by my side when I'm walking around the apartment. When I'm cooking, like he'll like sit just like this and like look the other direction, and kind of feels like he's very protective of me. But yeah, he's always there. He's always aware, and yeah, I think he would make a pretty good security guard. That's my answer.
That is really cool. And Sarah, is there anything else you think is important for a potential adopter to know that I haven't asked?
I don't think I have anything else to add. We have been fostering him for about 2 weeks, so we're still getting to know his quirks. But yeah, Kevin has been a lot of fun, and he's super sweet, and he a lot. It makes me happy. So yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Sarah, for bringing Kevin today. And for those of you who may be interested in potentially adopting Kevin, the webpage you would go to, his page is bit.ly/adopt Kevin, ADOPTKEVIN. Thank you so much, Sarah, for providing a loving home for him while he finds his forever home. Thank you.
Bye.
And our next guest star is Pumpkin and his foster Sarah. And welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And Pumpkin is a 5-year-old domestic short-haired orange and white male who weighs around 8 pounds, and his personality traits are quiet, affectionate, friendly, and he is a snuggler. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And Sarah, if I may ask you a few questions about Pumpkin, looks so beautiful. What makes him special?
Well, his tongue is something else. He has no teeth. He's had his fair share of health issues. He's doing good now, but there's no worries about any biting because he has no teeth. But he eats dry food just fine and loves it. I would say the two things other than the tongue that make him special are that he has never met a stranger. Like, he greets people at the door. He just likes to see everybody. And he loves to ride around on my shoulders. Like, while I was listening to the rest of the call, I was fixing dinner and he's like on my shoulder while I'm cooking. I've never met a cat that does that. He'll like leap on me from the couch and want to ride on me. Let me see if I can get him on this other camera.
Oh my gosh. So I guess, would you say that's his favorite activity? Or does he have any other favorite activity?
He just likes to be around people. Can you guys see what he's doing? I just want to make sure he's on camera while I'm talking.
Well, yeah.
You get to see him play a little bit. So he just wants to be next to you and or playing with whatever you're using. So if my kid is playing with Legos, he wants to be stealing the Legos. If I'm writing with the pen, he wants to play with the pen. He doesn't really need cat toys because he likes to play with whatever's in the house. Cat toys mostly sit around here.
He's looks like an easygoing cat. And do you have favorite moment with Pumpkin so far that you've had him?
Oh my gosh. I think the first time he like leapt onto my chest from the couch, I was like, oh buddy, you're just such a delight that he like likes to be around me. He also really likes the outdoors. He's not supposed to go outside, of course. But because he rides on my shoulders, I will sometimes like walk outside because he'll try to sneak out. So I'll let him like ride on my shoulder. I think he would really like to be on a leash, but the neighborhood kids like to then come and see him when he's on my shoulders. So that's kind of fun too. And he enjoys interacting with them. He's not scared. He will kind of like play with kids' hands. He does. My son is 4 and they're like little brothers that antagonize each other. Like, Pumpkin is never scared of my son and my son is never scared of Pumpkin. There are moments when we have to give each other space because someone is frustrated about Legos being stolen or something like that. So I think, for our older, potentially, as far as kids go, because Pumpkin will kind of like bat. Well, there you go. He likes to play. And the 0 teeth.
And what does his typical day look like?
He's easy. We're a busy family, and so sometimes we're around all day and he's with us, and sometimes we're gone most of the day and he hangs out and is happy to see us when we get back. He's currently on a steroid that he has to take now every other day. He's pretty easy to give that pill to. He also has a special food that helps. He was having some skin issues and that's been stabilized now that he's on this special diet, but he free feeds with that, so he's very easy. Kind of adapts to whatever we're doing.
Wow, that is very important to know. Thank you for mentioning that. And what do you think an ideal home for Pumpkin would look like?
I feel like Pumpkin is like, I don't know if he's like a sour beer or like in a good way. Like, when he finds the right person that is just like, this cat is so charming and is perfect, he'll be set. I think will be happy with whatever is around him. He just needs to find the people that really appreciate what a unique animal and special like company. He's just a great company. It's never a dull moment when Pumpkin is around.
Wow, that is incredible. He is really beautiful.
I'm
And
trying to
thank-
get him in there.
I
He
could
also
see-
has charmed, I have students that I teach viola, and he's charmed some people that don't like cats, that are normally dog people, and are actually allergic to cats. But I come down and they're like, I can't help it. I had to pet Pumpkin.
My goodness, and is there anything else, Sarah, that I haven't asked that you think may be important for a potential adopter to know?
I think maybe just knowing that he is kind of a flight risk. He doesn't go far, but if the door is open, he wants to make a beeline sometimes for the outdoors. So just, making sure that there's a plan in place for that. And potentially some kind of like cat stroller he would probably love.
Thank you so much for bringing him here today. He is absolutely beautiful. And thank you for providing a loving home for him while he's looking for his forever home. And for anyone who may be interested in adopting Pumpkin, the page you would go to would be bit.ly/adoptable pumpkin, ADOPTABLEPUMPKIN. Thank you so much for being with us today and for bringing him along.
Pleasure.
And our last guest for today is Sparrow with her foster, Elizabeth. Do we have Sparrow on? Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for bringing Sparrow. Sparrow is a 2-year-old domestic short-haired black and white female who weighs about 7 pounds. And personality traits are playful, curious, and energetic. Welcome and thank you so much for bringing Sparrow today.
Trying to turn it around so we can see Sparrow.
I could see you. Welcome, beautiful Sparrow.
Yes, she was just hiding. My daughter was trying to get her.
Oh my gosh. And so let me ask you, what makes Sparrow special?
I think Sparrow is a special kitty because she has, she's got a lot of energy. She's very curious and she's quite a petite cat. She's only about like 8 pounds or maybe 10 pounds, but she likes to be a little huntress and she likes to pounce on stuff and she crouches down and does her little butt wiggle and chases after stuff. If there's a little bug in the house, she'll chase after that. So she's just a lot of fun to observe and interact with. She keeps us very amused throughout the day.
She likes to play. And what personality, like what adjectives would you use to describe Sparrow's personality traits?
So one, I'm trying to see if she's up the camera. Yes, she is. So I would say Sparrow is definitely energetic. She is, she likes to dart around. Sweetie, you're not helping. Dart around the house and chase after stuff. She is also very curious. She's always trying to explore new areas. When she first came into our house, she was getting in under all the beds and behind all the furniture and up and around everything. But she can also be pretty cuddly, especially when she's in a sleepier mood. After her afternoon nap or in the evening, she might be lying on the couch with you. And one cute thing she'll do is kind of like rest her head and one paw on your leg or your arm to kind of claim you as her own, I guess.
Oh my goodness. And what does a typical day? She's absolutely beautiful.
There she goes.
Yeah, she's just like dashed. And what does a typical day in her life looks like?
So she in the morning, we don't sleep in the same room with her. So when we come and get her in the morning, she's pretty cuddly and eager to get some love and attention. Then she might go into her curious
explorer mode and go around the house a bit. She also loves to look out the window and see everything that's going on outside. She's very interested in birds and insects. And so once she's done that for a while, we try to play with her a little bit if we can. Once she's done that for a while, she settles in for her afternoon nap. Often she likes to be kind of under the bed or in another enclosed spot for that for a few hours. So we might not see her in the afternoon, but then in the evening, she's usually eager for some food and back into her playful mood.
I could see she really likes it there.
Yeah. She has a little bit of an eye infection, which we are treating with some drops and other medicines. But other than that, she's very healthy.
That's wonderful. Thank you for mentioning that. And what do you think an ideal home for Sparrow would look like?
So I think Sparrow would enjoy a home that has a few rooms, so she can do lots of exploring. You want to come down, sweetie? She does well. Sorry. She and my daughter interact well, although right now my daughter keeps trying to grab her and she's not liking that.
Thank you.
So I think medium age kids, she's great. Very little kids, perhaps not, because she can be a little nippy if she's not in the mood to be picked up. So maybe not with very little kids, but I think medium to big kids like my daughter is fine. She likes windows. She likes exploring. She's been exposed to a pooch, which the pooch was very interested in her. She didn't really want to hang with the pooch, but I wouldn't say it went disastrously.
Okay. And if Sparrow would have to get a human job, what do you think she would be good at?
I was actually gonna say, I would think she would be a huntress or like someone in like the FBI that would like hunt people down.
I see. Wow. So maybe like the goddess Diana, the goddess of hunting and
she likes to chase things and pounce on them. Little toys or the wand or a little insect, that sort of thing.
Literally anything that moves, like if you just slightly move your leg, she'll be like, it's very fun.
Thank you so much. And is there anything else that you guys think is important for a potential adopter to know that I have not asked?
Can I just say something?
No.
Trust me.
Okay.
So, one thing that I really like doing is whenever I see her, I sit down and I be very calm. Maybe I start reading a book or something. And then she comes in and sits on like my couch or my bed or something. And then she just starts purring at me. And if I move my hand anywhere, she will like push her head against it. And it is super cute and super cuddly. And that's like my favorite part about her.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I think that is very important to know. Thank you. We really appreciate that. And thank you guys for providing a loving home for her, to help her find a forever home. And for those of you who may be interested in adopting Sparrow, you would go to bit.ly/adoptable Sparrow, ADOPTABLESPARROW. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, thank you.
I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you, our wonderful fosters who joined us today. Thank you those who joined us for the live event. And hopefully, we were able to provide information on the cats that, you may find some of these cats, that you would like to adopt them and give them the forever home that they're looking for. Thank you, everyone, and please feel free to, feel free to join us on the Facebook, to follow us on Facebook, and to visit our website at citydogsrescuedc.org. Thank you, everyone, again, and we appreciate you being here with us today. Take care, and everyone have a wonderful